Net Academy English. I know you are all busily preparing for UGC Net exam, and today's topic is so useful for you. It's a short summary of Duchess of Malfi by John Webster. And this video will help you to refresh your memory. So let's start. About John Webster. John Webster is a famous English Jacobean dramatist. He wrote many plays by his own and in collaboration with other playwrights. He is known as last of Elizabethan playwrights. Why? Because after his death, Elizabethan drama began to decline. Major works of John Webster. His major works include tragedies such as White Devil, Duchess of Malfi, The Devil's Locus, etc. He wrote series of plays in collaboration with other playwrights of his age. This includes Caesar's Fall, which he wrote in collaboration with four other playwrights, Drayton, Dekker, Middleton, and Munday. His other three plays, Christmas Comes But Once a Year, Westward Ho, Eastward Ho, are plays he written with Dekker. And among this, Westward Ho and Eastward Ho is very famous in exam point of view. In all competitive exams, this is a must question. Now about Duchess of Malfi. The full title of this play is The Tragedy of the Duchess of Malfi. This play is first performed in Blackfriars and later in Globe Theatre. This play is set in Italy. And the principal source of this play is William Pander's The Palace of Pleasure. It is a famous play, and Webster took this play as the principal source of Duchess of Malfi. And Duchess of Malfi is a play which is in Senecan tragedy. I know you are all familiar with Senecan tragedy, and in those tragedies there are horror elements, then revenge, bloodshed, all these are in Senecan tragedies, and this particular play, Duchess of Malfi, followed this tradition. This play is loosely based on the events happened in 1508 to 1513 in the life of a duchess of a particular place called Amalfi, and her name is Giovanna di Arjona. As I said you earlier, Duchess of Malfi is a play which belongs to the Senecan tradition, and it is a story of a widow, and that widow is a duchess. She is forbidden to marry by her brothers. She had two brothers, Ferdinand and Cardinal. Ferdinand is her twin brother, and they forbidden her to marry after her husband's death. Main intention of this is definitely her wealth. Okay, then, but this duchess, she without informing her brothers, she married her steward, and his name is Antonio. And this marriage was a secret marriage, and she gave birth to three children without her brother's knowledge. Later, her brothers identified this, and they tried to take revenge and destroy Duchess. They identified this by appointing a servant called Bozzola. And Bozzola, he is a former servant of Cardinal. And Bozzola finds that these matters are all true. Duchess married Antonio and they had three children, and she reported all these incidents to Cardinal and Ferdinand. And they began to take revenge to Duchess. He killed Antonio and her two children, then Duchess also. And there are, after a lot of incidents, they killed Duchess also. And later, this particular servant, Bozzola, he felt guilty of all his deeds, and he seeks revenge to Cardinal and Ferdinand. Actually, this is a Senecan tragedy. There are a lot of incidents of bloodshed, revenge, all there. That last of this play, only two characters are survived. First character is Delio. Delio is a courtier, and he witnessed all the incidents such as marriage of Duchess, her delivery, and all these things are known by this particular courtier Delio, and he survived at the end of this play. And another character survived is Duchess' old son. He is the only heir of that particular kingdom, and he also survived. Now about the character list. First character is Duchess, the title character in this particular play, Duchess of Malfi. Actually, this is a widow, and she later married without the permission of her brothers Cardinal and Ferdinand. And she married her courtier or a steward, and his name is Antonio. And she had 3 children in this relationship. Then she led a peaceful life, and after that her brothers understand her marriage. Then some incidents followed this, then revenge, bloodshed, all this happened, and at last they killed the Duchess. Second character is Antonio, steward of Duchess and her secret husband. They had 3 children in that relationship, I said you earlier. And Antonio also killed in this play, and he is also important. Third character is Buzzola. Buzzola is a servant of Cardinal, and he is a spy on Duchess, which is appointed by Cardinal and Ferdinand. And he is a cruel character at first. He killed Duchess, her children, very cruelly, but later he felt guilty on his deeds and he took revenge on Ferdinand and Cardinal. So at first he is a cruel character, then he changed. Fourth important character is Cardinal. Cardinal is the brother of Duchess. He is a corrupt cardinal of Catholic Church, an example of that times. And he had a mistress called Julia, and he killed her by giving a poisoned Bible. This is also a previous question. Cardinal killed his mistress Julia by giving her a poisoned Bible, which is against his cardinalship. He actually gave a poisoned Bible, and he is an apt example of Machiavellian villain, the portrait of cruelty. Okay, that is about Cardinal. Next character is Ferdinand. Ferdinand is a very important character. She is the twin brother of Duchess, but he never loved her. And he is also a Duke of Calabria, and he is the man who ordered to kill the Duchess. At last he felt guilty and he lost his sanity, and he believes that he is a wolf, and he began to dig the grave of Duchess. That he believed that he is a wolf, and that situation is called lycanthropic. So he became a lycanthropic, and he felt guilty. That is the point we have to remember. Cardinal is not feeling any guilt in his deeds, but Ferdinand, of course, he feels guilty. This guilt feeling is evident through the lines he uttered at the time of his sister's death. Cover thy face, mine eyes dazzle, she died young. Through these lines, we can see Ferdinand is guilty in his deeds. And after this particular scene, he became insane and he thinks that he is a wolf, and he began to dig her sister's tomb. And this particular dialogue is very important in exam point of view. In many net exams and also for other competitive exams, this is a must question. You can see this by looking into the previous question papers. So please note this line. Apart from these important characters, there are few minor characters also, and while reading the summary or while reading the text, please note that characters are not important. They are just stewards, courtiers, servants, soldiers, like that. And please note that characters too for exam point of view. And thank you for watching this video, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.